Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, good evening, welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers won, Braga won in an eventful but frustrating game at Ibrox. John myself, Oxford, back in the show. It's Port Bear. We mentioned it before we left. No individual errors. The goal we lost was comedy errors. Yeah.
That's all we asked for going into this game, mate, wasn't it? You did say it, individual errors. And everyone was going my way up here. Everyone was going my way. Slow start, I thought we had a pretty slow start, but then we grew into the game. And I think in the last 20 minutes of the first half, we were doing well, we were pressing high. They were really struggling good at times. But like I also touched on the first part of the show, mate, we are so disjointed, mate, from middle to front. There is no connection up here. There is no connection from middle to front. That must be an absolute nightmare to play as a striker or a forward player in that team, but also
Is it
playing midfield as well.
Is it the forwards, mate? Because
I think it's both, mate.
right.
See, Chinmity looks to me like a boy that needs coached on positioning, where to be, where to stand. He should know that Oxford. This is not, we're not talking about an 16, 17 year old young striker here. Boy's what, 21? And he just looks like, doesn't know where to stand.
I don't disagree.
Weird, mate. It's weird.
I don't know where to start with him, but he done okay at times without being. He started the game okay, coming and chasing the ball, trying to bring people in. And they had a couple of chances, and that was their best moment of the game. And after that save from Butland, the one he saved low down, we grew into the match. But we don't, even when we're dominating, mate, we don't create enough, mate. We're not creating enough. And then we get a bit of luck for the penalty. And I think we were all frustrated with that because Danilo, who took the shot when Barron was running onto it. But I seen it back, mate, the modern football, mate, I thought it was a penalty. His horn was up and he played it. I don't know if it was deliberate. I don't know, but the way the games went, penalty kick, half step, something takes it. The second half started, the wind seemed to be a player. We had them pegged back, we had them panicking. We get a bit of luck with their lack of discipline. The boy, I don't know, headbutt's the right word, but the intent was there, dangerous play, And the rest of the world, you strike somebody in the head, it's a sender off. Obviously not in Scotland, but that's different. We play different rules. Sent him off, I've got everybody. And after that, mate, we took Conor Barron off, who still gave the ball away, but was arguably our best player, mate. We fell away to pieces. Majowski comes on, I couldn't work out where he was playing. We were off the palm. Aarons put the ball up in the air, put us under pressure. Big Fernandes made a loose one, putting it back to Butland. It was a corner kick. They get the throw in, and for the throw in, the cross goes in, and the Giga. Oh, mate, too many times. If there's no boy, no reserves that can come in, or the B team, whatever we call them, and just take his place, mate, they should shut that down because too many times, too many errors. The boys get pace. You can see it in the first half. He goes through the gears. No many forwards got away with him, but that was bread and butter. In fact, his header was that good. He flipped it and took Tavernier out again, mate, and let the guy bundle it home. And you're just sitting watching it going, how did that happen? Well, except that there were certain crosses that the wind would make it difficult because it was a part of the game. But that was a big high loop man, mate. He just didn't move his feet. Lazy play. And he equalised. Yeah.
Caught under the ball. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen at schoolboy level. We're talking like, what, under 12 to 15s. I'd be expecting a young boy that age to be waiting that out. Not getting under the ball, mate. That's not good enough.
Aye.
Wolves paid 10 million for this guy, mate. Wolves paid £10 million for this guy, and I wouldn't give you 10p for him. First when he arrived in Scotland, I thought he was going to be a bit of a star. He looked pacey, he looked strong, and he was throwing about in his slippers at the start. And I thought, right, good. This looks decent. This guy, and I don't know what the hell's happened to him, mate. I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know if it's just a matter of the fact. Is it a cold light a day up here? Is it the fact that your team and players just aren't good enough?
Well,
Is that what it is?
been the Rangers first team, mate, and that era under no real pressure. I mean, and then it summed it up when he tried to play the ball out later on in the match, mate. He's got a simple pass and he can't make it. Obviously, maybe his confidence went there. But I think we understand that, but that doesn't make it right. You're playing at that level, and that's all the recruitment. Obviously we've got a few injuries there. He wouldn't be near it. He shouldn't be near it, mate. It's happened too often, you know. He went to pieces at Hampden in the first half in the semi-final. You know, he's just not got it, and he's a lone player. Thankfully, we'll not give him a 5-year massive contract. Look, we didn't create enough. We huffed and puffed with opportunities. Gasman looked lively at times, but he's got to man up a bit for me. With nothing coming down the left, they brought Maga home on earlier. Aaron's done okay. The whole team done okay at times. Okay at times, poor at others. And we were 1-1-0. You're saying, see that suit. That's a decent result. Performance is no great. We move on. Yeah, but that error, mate, you could just see it. It sucked the life out the team, mate, man.
Aye. Because I think a team in the middle part of the game, you know, the last part of the first half, and then maybe 10 minutes into the second half, 15, maybe going to be kind of a wee bit here. You know, we're 1-0 up. You know, even just hold that out. Just keep that win momentum going. Let's just keep that going. I think the team would be quite happy accepting that up. Just taking that 1-0 and get 3 points, gets that foot of the table. That's another wee sort of tick checked, you know, and we go to the next game. It's game for now. And this was working for me now, mate. And the way I'm looking at it, it's game of game for me now. All that, and I wanted that momentum. I know it's not a loss, right? It's a draw. We're half a foot of the table. But that win would have done the squad and some of them players, it would be good to get a win in Europe, mate, against, you know, I know a bad side. They weren't great at it at all, which I was very surprised about. Some of their players tonight just didn't turn up at all. And when you mentioned with the headbutt, you know, I was actually, you know, happy to see Raskin react the way he did, mate, because too many times we fall foul to these wee sort of dark arts. So I know he never butted him full on, but it's still violent conduct. He made the butt in motion. That's still a red card. And he went down, and good on him. Because these are things that you learn by experience when you play the game. These are things you want to see your players doing, because everybody does it in Europe. All the big teams have got players that will do all these things. So I did enjoy that wee part of that sort of wee button thing. You know what I mean? But when they do it 10 men, mate, you're thinking, right, here we go. I can accept this. Let's go. But I don't know, mate. Even the way the team are playing, you could sense the nervousness in the crowd, couldn't you? Even I'm at home watching it on TV, and I could just sense an absolute eerie,
So, if I'm honest, Paul,
atmosphere.
I thought it was pretty slow. But I also thought it was slow with substitutions, Danny Rowe. You know,
I agree. Yeah.
I'd have took Danilo off. I'd have put Ant-Man on there. I don't think Ant-Man was great when he was going with the longer, just for pace and up and down the park. I think I don't know how he
Directness.
Just because he's got pace and put him in that position. He brought Asgard on. He done one bit of nice bit of skill, but apart from that, he hardly moves, mate. I watched him. Yeah, he hardly moves, mate. Yeah, you've got to have that desire to get involved. But I would have made the substitution earlier, and I understand taking Conor Byrne off because he'd been booked. You don't want a second book in the way he plays, and it turned out that happened to Diamondi, you know.
Yeah.
But just sending offs, apparently, mate. You know, VAR was heavily involved. The sending offs, well, 2 bookings. The second one, Diamondi, was a second booking. When I see it back, I don't think it's a yellow, mate. But to be honest with you, I don't think there's anything there really. The boy made a meal out, and I think he just took a chance to even things up. But it happens. People argue, maybe say it was a booking, but I thought it was on the soft side, obviously. So he's that's his second red card in Europe this season. It was nearly the last one, a crazy tackle. And he done all right at times, Diamande, particularly in the first half, getting involved. But he just lacks that creativity. And it was summed up tonight, mate, when he done wonderful. And then he's got to play at Danilo, and the under hits the pass, mate, and Danilo can't get a decent strike away right in the edge of the box. And it's a simple pass, mate. Simple.
Even the lovely wee pirouette he done himself where he's done the centre half and he goes to take the shot and he boots it away from his he slides. You know what I mean? Doesn't even get his shot off because it was a lovely touch. He's taking the centre half boot completely. He's away the other way. Diamande's come on his right foot and his left foot goes away from him, and you're just like, God. See, I like Diamande Oxford. I just think he's just a player in the wrong team. If that makes sense. I think if he had better players around him, and I think that maybe count for a lot of the players actually, if they had better experienced players around them. I think these guys are learning on the job. That's where I see this squad developing right now. This squad is developing as it's going along, mate. That's what's happening. And unfortunately, as I said, I touched on the first part of the show, there's an absolute severe lack of experience,
But that's
in the squad to help.
I mean, the two youngsters, in that team right, or what? The centre forward and the centre half, mate, key positions. We brought a guy in Owen for Wolves, 22, hardly played a game. Wanted to be your centre half. Paid a fortune for the big centre forward who's not ready, mate. He ain't ready. Don't know if he'll ever be ready, mate. And that's what he's done. That's how they're due the bag day too. And the manager's trying to turn up. He can only shuffle the deck chairs, and he's not got a lot of quality, mate. Yeah,
That's what I mean. Yep.
Aye.
Nobody. I'll no blame Danny Rowe for anything, mate, because.
No, but the night, mate. I thought he was late with subs, mate.
Apart from that, I think Magoma should have been on quicker because he would have given me directly down that left side, and even when Chermiti went off, Miovski coming through the middle, and they could have brought on, as you said earlier on, Atman on one side, and even Finlay Curtis on the right hand side. You know what I mean? Just really go for it. Just directly, just wanting players to get the heat down and run at that back four that they had. You know what I mean? That's what I was hoping for. But as you said, I was wanting that. I was probably shouting that for maybe 65th minute to do that. Let's go for it. Just go for it. But you know what we got to lose? Just go for it. Be a bit bold. But I don't know, mate. I think maybe it's just the typical German efficiency, mate. He's just trying to keep this win streak going to build momentum and build a bit of confidence. I don't know, mate, but he's shuffled the pack, he's turned the card, mate. He's done everything he's tried to do to get a result tonight, and to where we've been in Europe this year, it's not a defeat. So the positive we can take for it, we've got a point, and we're still, he's not. It's another in 5 games certainly. He's not been defeated. But we're European, but we're European stature is. I think we can.
Listen,
I think that's going, mate. Miles off it.
Yeah, miles. From your team. Right, we better get his phone lines opened.
Aye, let's have him, mate. Yep.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I ultimately disappointed, frustrated, mate, and they weren't playing great. They showed a wee bit in the first half for that couple of minutes when they had a couple of chances. But for me, my first sign is going to be a centre half. Cornelius got an injury. I don't know what the deal is there, the ins and outs of the loan deal. Who's got the options? Doesn't look good if you're going to buy somebody who's got injuries. I'm the offence to the biggin. Sure, no, not for me. And it might mean we need 2 centre halves, mate, because when you see that tonight, And Big Fernandez does some decent things, but he still looks raw, mate, and looks miles off playing at that level. You know, and it's just so frustrating. They pointed out when they talked about the money, you know, we're paying Oliver Antman, Asgard, Fernandez, Chamiti, really are the piece, mate. You know, all right, Fernandez got a good goal at the weekend, but they're judging the defending. Didn't do a lot wrong, Fernandez, but still doesn't look comfortable. But Giga, we brought him in, paid decent wages. I'm just glad we've no signed him on a 4-year deal, mate, yeah.
Aye. I still think throughout the spine of the team, mate, as you said, two probably most prevalent positions in football. Your two centre halves, goalkeeper, two centre halves, your midfielder, and your guy that gets you 30 goals, 25, 30 goals a season. We've got a midfield that's energetic. They'll put their foot in, as I always call them, the water carriers of the team. But we don't have a maverick in there. We've not got, that typical number 8. And I know this is a lot higher level, but we're at now. Like a Gascoigne type number 8, mate. Somebody can play and dictate, midfield, dictate the pace of the game, slow it down, speed it up, whatever, driving runs, etc. We seem to be Barron, Raskin, samey. Diamandi's probably most attack minded out the midfield we've got.
Hello.
How we call him, mate?
Yes, but I think we've been joined by Ross, Ian Ross.
All right, brothers. How's it going?
Aye, frustrated, mate. It wasn't a great performance, but I think we should have won the match and we never, mate, yeah.
Nah, guaranteed. I just want to say, see that sending off at Rangers got? Nah, I've just listened to you, mate. That wasn't a sending off tonight, mate. Sorry. I honestly did not like sending off.
You talk about Diamandis?
Aye, Diamandis, aye. It wasn't a sending off, mate.
But wasn't it? It was a second booking, mate. I don't think there was much in it. He came across him when he was going for a header. Seemed to be a second booking that doesn't even go to VAR port, and you're off apart,
No, I just think that's it, mate. It was a second booking, and he's not even through his elbow or nothing, mate. It's not something, he's not even made the elbow in motion or nothing. He's just tried to use his body to get up and win a header. And I said, I was speaking to a few people during the game on text and stuff, and I said, I've got a feeling this ref's going even this red card up, and I was proven right, mate. He did that. I think it was between him and I think was it Barron who the other one did the yellow card. I thought one of them was going to go, mate. Diamandi or Barron were going to go. I think that ref was desperate even up. But definitely he never threw that elbow in Ross on me either, mate.
No.
I know, mate.
There wasn't a lot in it, mate. But to be fair, mate, I think it was about 93 minutes or something on the clock. It never influenced the game much, mate, yeah?
Ah.
Aye.
And else,
Again, we're back walking the ball into the net. At least they stopped the net, started shooting and stopped walking it into the net. We're back to the old days yesterday. We just need to start shooting.
I don't think we've got any great strikers of the ball, mate. That's another object. We don't make a lot of chances. No good combination, Port.
That's all I've got to say, boys, all right?
Cheers, Ross. Catch you later, mate.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, Ross. Thanks, mate.
He's right, mate. We don't get enough shots to go. We don't put enough crosses in. We don't make enough chances. Ross is right.
Aye, bang on, mate. That's exactly. It's all right keeping clean sheets at the back. And that'll do you very well going on to try and win games. But if you're not putting the ball in the net, and the other side, mate, and creating chances, then there's only, you're either going to get beat or you're going to draw. We've just not got. It's limited option. I'm trying to be positive, right? I'm trying to be positive because I do see glimpses of some positive players. I see some glimpses of players that I think, God, if they had certain people about them, certain more experienced players, like i.e. going back, like guys like Richard Goff, guys like that sort of ilk. If they had players like that about them, would help these young guys develop and make their lives at Rangers a lot easier next year. I just think that they're just, as I said, mate, they're learning on the job.
I
There's
don't.
nobody,
I think you could
nobody.
have. I think you could have the greatest coaches the world ever seen, mate. With some of the best players and leaders on the park you've ever seen, it would have made a difference to some of these players, mate. They're just not good enough. They're going
Is
to
that how
take
far you think?
Aye, mate.
Is that how far you think they're down, mate? Aye.
I think that. I don't think you could spend time in the coaching pitch all you want, mate. But if you've not got the cojones and you've not got the wherewithal, you know, he'll never play in Europe again, the Giga, after this season. Neither will Max Aarons, mate. That says it all, and that's depending who leaves our club. We're really short with really nothing. You can't take Raskin and Raskin and Barron off the engine room and replace it with fresh legs, a similar type of player, because we've not got Rothfull's injured. You know, so we're struggling in all departments, mate, and that came home right in the last 15 minutes. Because look, we delivered against 10, they got the goal, mate, and we were all over the place. We didn't create nothing. We did not create nothing to go and win again. The start of the second half, we played okay, but if you look back, mate, I don't really think they're going many saves to make yet.
That was the scary part. See when he brought like Miovski and that on, mate. I didn't understand where Miovski was to go. See when Shermiti was still on Miovski and they put Miovski, I was like, what's going on? And you know what reminded me a wee bit? See when you're football training when you're a wee guy and the manager used to go like that to all the subs at the end of the game, like, jump on quick and get a wee kick about. Mate, there was no tactical sort of prevalence or any tactical. No, mate, we just looked. That's the one criticism I probably gave Darren all night when he put his subs on eventually. I didn't get who was to go where or where it was to go who and what the formation was to be, mate. I was very, very confused on some of the, again, Miovski trapped away deep to edge your box and stuff. That's not what Bojan Miovski should be, mate. Bojan Miovski should be on the other end of the penalty spot. He's maybe he's probably the most experienced striker now at the club. You know, a guy that's a proven goal scorer in Scotland, and even he's looking like a Shelley player that we've seen when at Aberdeen, that got him his move to Girona in Spain. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, mate. It's just, the players just seem to be severely lacking confidence, guts. You know, Aaron tonight, when just before he went off as well, that sort of the guys played the ball, mate, and he's went through him, and he's holding his knee rolling about like a wee lassie. Mate, honest to God, it's just that frustrates life at me. That was a hard tackle that I'd expect a fullback to put in on another fullback, and that was two fullbacks tackling each other. And the wee Braga fullback gets up, Navarra gets up, shakes, rubs his wee leg and runs away with the ball, gets a shot and goal, and Aaron's line poleaxed, absolutely poleaxed. Not giving a damn rubbing his knees, mate. Everton, as I said, mate, I don't want to use the coward word, but he's another one. Big disappointment. Big moves in England. Big money. £12 million to Bournemouth and Norwich. And look at the stadium. And playing in the lesser league. I believe it's the lesser league in Scotland. You know what I mean? Absolute shocking, mate. Honestly, that's how I'm angry with a couple of the big players. Touched on it in the first half of the show. And it was Rothwell I was speaking about. But Aaron's has been a massive letdown, mate, for the level he was playing at down in England.
All right. We've been joined by Jim. Evening, Jim.
Good evening. Where do you start with that? Ox, I love your enthusiasm, mate, but I'm not seeing it with your Gazama, mate. I felt the manager, and excuse my language, I thought he flung shite at a wall again the night and hoping that it was going to stick. The same thing happened under. Aye, correct. But I felt he done it the night the same as Russell Martin tried it. I'm not going to repeat the words I used there. And I just can't fathom it. By the way, what these subs done for that team, innit? But him again, Mr. Ponytail, man. Wow, absolute wow. And again, what does the wee boy Curtis and the wee boy Cameron need to do to be getting a game in that team? Horrendous. And as for that Diddy at centre half, he needs to be shown the door. But we spoke to a guy on there the other night there, very friendly. The big man, we called him a pin. He could do a better job than that, because that's not a pin. Because that guy's unhinged. But let's go again to the goal. The ball's 3 yards out the park. It's not even a throw-in.
That's a corner kick, mate.
The corner.
Aye. That's a corner kick, mate.
Geez, what's he doing? I'll tell you another thing. I thought when it get played into the box, and maybe I'm wrong, I thought the goalkeeper could have commanded it a wee bit better, because there was no danger whatsoever when that ball came in that box.
It was running about the 6 yard line, mate. I don't know. I mean, when you're looking at, mate, my setup was all right. It was there for the centre half just to come and clear it, mate. No danger. There's no player. It's not as if he's got Duncan Ferguson batting into him, is it? You know,
Frightening. Absolute frightening.
It was a free header. But I don't know, mate. Listen, mate, we're not going to see any positivity if we start doing different bodies, mate. Yeah.
We said last night, we need starters. There's no point bringing in projects anymore. But where we get them, who knows? But I personally think we're in trouble. We spoke about it the other night there. Europe, the way things are going, Barry, we'll be, I reckon, 4th or 5th come into the start of the new year with that squad, because there's nothing there. There's no urgency. There's no urgency whatsoever.
We've got a bad combination, mate. We don't score enough goals. We don't make enough chances. And we can lose cheap goals. Portmere.
What a combination, mate. How do you win games with that combination? You know what I mean? I'm going to say it. This is 4 transfer windows, mate. This is 24 months. Possibly 24 months of this. Hot. Try and get this right. And that's only if you get, 50% of your new buys, right? This could take 24 months, boys. 4 transfer windows to sort this. That's only my opinion. I just think that's how far this squad's fell down. This is probably the lowest I've felt in a long time as a Rangers fan, watching this squad. And I was positive when we were buying all the young guys, bringing down the age of the squad, and I thought, because we were bringing some quality up for England and stuff like that, and I thought, right, but this was under Thelwell's new, look at England first. That's the market that they targeted. And I thought, right, I'll go with it. Right, let's see what we've got. And it's severely backfired. And no wonder both of them have been shown the door this year, because our squad is on its knees and it needs help. It needs help. But don't expect just January to fix it, boys. If you think that, you're delusional. January
Anyway,
alone
we've also been joined by Bob Gia. Evening, Bob Gia.
I just agree with all these sentiments, exactly what you said. I've seen, we haven't beaten Braga twice, and whether they beat them again, if we're still on a half-decent squad, they were there for the taking tonight. They didn't even play well. And as for the pub league goal, well done, you got me started. We could have been 2-0 doing after 5 or 6 minutes. It's just no there, boys. It's no happening. And I'm like thousands of years. I just don't know what the answer is. Maybe the answer was through the week with A2 that we got ready, when you see what they've done to the famous Glasgow Rangers. And brought us to the lowest we've been in a long time. Imagine us finish 4th or 5th in that league. It's unthinkable. I don't think that'll happen personally, but nah, it's no good. It's no good. Give them an open door for the foreseeable future. Let's be honest with you.
It's just domestically. I get how Jim's frustrated tonight. I don't know what he heard me say about my enthusiasm tonight. I thought it was a good, the bad, and the ugly, mate. There was times, start the second half, we showed endeavour, but no quality. We never made a lot of chances, Jim, even when we were dominating if you like, the territory. Yeah, they were all over the place for that. I don't know, first 20 minutes of that second half, maybe 15. They were all over the place and we dominated territory. They were the upper part. They didn't know, they couldn't handle the wind, but we still never created it.
That's what I mean. When you go, Bob, sorry, big guy.
They played better against 11 men we were starting to create wee openings, and that Gassara was getting by the boy. We couldn't quite work our keeper. We never worked him the full game, I don't think, but no. Rangers have got a lot of problems with it. It's going to take, as you say, it's maybe going to take a couple of years for the sort this out, which leaves the door open for up the road. So, never mind about them. I didn't phone here to talk about them. It's just that we
the
were.
only positive I see, Bob Chair, is that if you take the two people that played at left back, you're right, yeah, you take the Giga, yeah, they're on loan, so we're no stuck with them, so their wages go out and you move on, you freed the wages. So that's a positive. None of them were the answer. Tav the first 15 minutes, I don't know about you, though. Even when we done okay for the first 15 minutes, I thought Tav was absolutely dreadful. Kept getting the ball away. Don't know if you picked up on that, Port.
I did, mate. Aye, and that's another big problem. And we touched on this in the first part. I said to you earlier on, we had to keep the ball in it. We had to get the ball down because we know the conditions out there. Right? It wasn't a night for playing the ball long and high into that wind. It was to get it on the deck, and that's what I was talking about. We needed good possession in it next year, and if we'd have managed to get good connection and good possession, we could have probably beat them in it. Because as Bob just said, they were there for the taking. They weren't great tonight. They were there to be beat. They were there to be beat. They weren't the team the same Braga that I seen the last time I was at Ibrox. They were miles after that. Still got their stars, actually. They're still there. They never turned up tonight, and which was good for us. And then we get a wee Brucey bonus. We get down to 10 men, and we can't capitalise. We can't grow in the game. We still can't get a foothold in the game. We still can't make 10 passes. There's a major problem with passing up here. We gear up so much possession with slack passing. And another thing that's annoying me with Tav again, it's back to Tav on every free kick, every corner. And many times did he hit the first man in the Oxford? He's like, was it a set piece coach in? Set piece coach.
I turned to somebody and says, I'd bag that set piece coach.
You know what I mean? If you don't laugh, you greet Oxford. That's what it's like. That's what I was thinking. Set piece coach. Well, why is Tav taking it? Why is Tav taking everything? I didn't see anything tonight for the set piece coach that was different. Oxford. I didn't see any sort of movement. I didn't see any different, passage or free kick. I didn't see. Everything was the same. In swing, in swing, in swing. And as I said, Tav, majority of the time, hit the first defender of theirs. Very rarely did they get it by their first defender. Come on, that's basics, Oxford. You've got to get the ball past the first defender first of all. And then sometimes let a left footer hit it. You know what I mean? We don't like left footers, but let a left footer hit it. You know what I mean? Come on, it's just that's basics, Oxford. And passing move again, schoolboy football, Oxford, and we're looking like an amateur team, Oxford. It's just absolutely destroying me sort of at the moment.
We're frustrated because of that stupid goal. We don't get that goal away, Jim. We're still criticising the performance, lack of quality, lack of chances, but you're in a different place because you won the football game. Individual errors, bad goals, mate, particularly in bigger games. And in the last 5 minutes, even before Diamandi was sent off, we were hanging on, mate. I mean, they broke my off-ski on. Their shape just went to pot. Young Conor Barron, who I'm not his biggest fan, but when he went off, the shape disappeared. Jim?
Aye, you're right, but there's always a danger that what happened to Diamandi was going to happen to him. Again, you've got to look at his discipline again. That tackle in the last minute of the first half, again, is a booking. And he daft the elbow in the guy's face. By the way, it's a caution any game under the sun. Again, it's just so frustrating. And I'm telling you, I didn't go there tonight again. I didn't go there tonight. And that's how bad it's got me. And I'm not feeling any better than you and under Russell Martin watching that crap. Honestly, it's ridiculous.
All the guys done is making us a wee bit more organised, mate. He can't do anything he starts getting a couple of bodies in it. And obviously he's been hit with injuries. Moore was starting to look a wee bit better. He's got injured. Cornelius and Suter, well, they're not the best, but I think they're better than they two. You know, maybe Fernandes, maybe he could, if he gets into the team, gets confidence. He's got that physique. It's definitely an asset, but he looks raw. But he's no young. That's the trouble. I mean, I think he's 24 as well. But he's not a young man. You know, he's in that middle part of the football career, mate. And we're trying to think, you know, we need to work. You think you're talking about somebody for the B team? You've spent millions of pounds on them, give them decent wages. You know, and Giga, how many big mistakes is that he's made in Europe? There's a few. What?
Too many. Far too many for that level, mate. And then the boy Fernandes, you know, it was well quoted, mate. Peterborough were laughing when we gave them 3.7 million. I think it is we paid for him. It was all over all the socials, Peterborough fans and that, all laughing at Rangers. You know, giving them 3.7 million quid for him, when even they felt he was still like very raw down there. You know, if he's not good enough and he's raw at Peterborough, then why we look that much, you know? Why we in that market? Because if he's not good enough for them, he's not good enough for us. And that's where I think we've let our standards slip a bit. And that's not us as fans' fault. This is part of the new ownership's fault, because they chose Stelwell and they chose the other Muppet as well to run the club, and they went and allowed them to go and buy the quality they were watching. That we trusted them. They were given money, a lot of money, mate, to spend, and unfortunately we're suffered for it, and it's going to put us back. It's probably put us back another 2 years. You know, to we get back again. And I've seen this on this show before, actually, a couple of years ago, when we thought we were in the same situation, and I say the same thing. That's 24 months behind them again. We keep allowing ourselves and my standards. Actually, this is the thing that's annoying me most probably at our club. We've allowed the standards to slip so low that that's acceptable in some people's eyes. And it's a draw. It's a draw. That's not the way I would drop as a Rangers fan. Ox. I would drop. We win every game, regardless. If it's tiddlywinks, we win it. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's Rangers that's playing it, Rangers that's doing it. The standards have slipped so low, mate.
We played Roma, and we knew they were a decent side. We've had it over the years when you come up against teams that are too good for you. But we don't know how good Roma were, Jim, because we know, let's be polite, how so average we are.
We're bang average. We spoke about it last night. And we probably are. We're probably one of the worst football teams in that Premier League. Okay, that Falkirk mob will be coming rubbing their horns against us at the weekend there, because they'll come and have a go at you. They'll have a go at every one of them in that back line. Midfield, their decision making's ridiculous. It's absolutely scandalous. Diamonde, Raskin, their decision making absolutely shocking.
Yeah, and when was the last time we made a pass, mate? The pass even the night, great move, lovely move. The body, Danilo, Diamande, nobody near him, simple pass, passes too light. Not the greatest effort by Danilo, but that's because there's no pace in the pass. You know, and there was moments like that all over the park. You know, and Giga summed it up, mate. We've got a couple of minutes to go. What kind of effort was that? To try and play the ball out wide. It wasn't even close. It wasn't as if it was a hard pass he tried. It was as if it was knackered. And, you know, we don't even look a fit team. Bob Jared, did we?
Oh, I'd agree with that. We didn't even look a team at all. It was outside the new, I'll sum it up for these all. We're in utter shambles. And I feel sorry for Danny Roll, what he's walked into. He must have known about it. I can see now. And I hope the boy doesn't walk in the new year like saying, what the hell am I doing here? Because that's the extent it's become. That's the extent it's become. You could see it for the first game of this season at Motherwell. I went, no, this isn't going to work under this guy. Well, he's away. And it's a shame for him. He's inherited the self-same squad of players, and it's not going to get any better until we find the finance or find the people for to turn that around. And as you keep saying, Your quarter figure there for 24 months. Well, you can't put your finger on that, but it's going to take a hell of a long time to turn this around. Because I just didn't, maybe Nico Raskand and Jack Butland apart, I didn't see any quality in that Rangers team whatsoever. And you all care what that means. You all know what that means. That gives that lot an open door every time.
I've got
as bad as they are.
I don't think Raskin was great tonight either.
Oh, he was the good tonight, but he's a quality player. Let's be honest. We've seen it. We know it. Maybe he's heads elsewhere. I'm a big time Charlie going to be playing in the Premier League and in the World Cup. I don't know. You're playing for Rangers, son. They pay your wages. I go through all the great names and I wonder what they've been thinking. Think about this. And I didn't see a way out. I'm like the rest says, I didn't see a way out very quickly.
Well,
right, I'm going to sign off, guys. I'll hear for you on the weekend.
Cheers, Bob. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem. We're not going to sign 5, 6, 7 starters in January. I mean, I think that's highly unlikely. What? You know?
No, no chance.
I don't see any of them kicking on. You know? I couldn't work out what Danilo was playing tonight. I thought that it makes sense to have him playing. And what does that say about Asgard and Ant-Man when he's playing wide? What does that say? What message does that send to you about what Danny Rowe thinks of them, mate?
Well, I think it was Jim that mentioned it, didn't it? You've also throw Finlay Curtis into that and throw Lyle Cameron into it. If they can't get a role, whatever Danilo was supposed to be playing, and I was struggling to find out, was he meant to be alongside Chermiti? Was he behind him? Was he to the left of him? I think he was slightly to the left of him, but if Finlay Curtis, who's a wide player, Ant-Man, who's a wide player, can't get out there in front of Danilo, we've got a problem, mate. We've got a problem if Rowe doesn't fancy them. And then, as I say, throw Asgard and Lyle Cameron into that. It's like, I think Lyle Cameron could probably do a wee job out on the left-hand side. He'll be full of endeavour and he'll give you everything he's got. That's what I've seen when I've seen that wee boy play in the team. But for whatever reason being, so far under Rowe, they've not been given an opportunity to show themselves. Unless Rowe's already made his mind up. We know about the red, amber, green list that he's got. Are they on the red already? And that's why our CEO and our head of recruitment department were showing the door. Is that how bad it is? Are they all in the red? Is there far too many players, like we're touching on here, but you've said it, I've said it, Jim said it, they're not good enough for the club. And that fell on Delwell and his compadre, and they've been shown the door because of how bad and how far we've fallen down as a team and the state the squad's in. Now, Bobby just got a good point with Danny Rowe. Danny Rowe must be thinking, geez, this is the squad I've got. I've just lost my CEO. I've just lost my head of recruitment for the team. Probably happy with that then, because he's probably helped getting back one of the players in the red. But it just goes to show you, obviously, how far this squad's fallen down when, as you say, the 4 players were named that can't get in front of Danilo, who under other managers, Danilo was never going to start under other managers, but Danny Rowe seems to have Danilo in front of Finlay Curtis, Lyle Cameron, Asgard and Ant-Man. So there you go. Are they 4 players that we just mentioned? Are they in the red? Are they no longer required at Rangers? You know what I mean? It's serious. It's serious, because if that's the case, that's 4 players that we're paying wages to that have no future at Ibrox under this current squad.
It's going to be interesting. You know. Anyway, last word for your good self, Jim. Oh, he's on mute. He's doing a doing a bridge man there. Aye, but I feel everybody's frustration. I was frustrated with the result, mate, or frustrated with that goal we lost.
I'm frustrated with the goal, mate, because that's, for me, as I say, it's schoolboy stuff, mate. That's primary school defending. That's like, You know, primary school. I'm not going to say high school. Primary school defending, caught under the ball. You know what I mean? At that level. And I know people will probably say 6-year box, Jack Butler not coming for it. No. Tav, you can see Tav shouting at him. You can see Tav shouting at him when he's caught under the ball, mate. And that was the moment. And then next minute, it's not even a clean strike. It's bundled into the net, and you're just like, this is where we are right now. This is where we are. And then you're hoping for a wee response, and there's nothing, mate. They're flat. The team's not got the
I think that moment sucked the life out of the team, mate. I don't think they were goalie a safety make after that. Are you gone, Jim? Are you there?
No, I'm still here. Sorry, I apologise.
Last word, mate.
Very disillusioned, mate. I know there's a few words. Very disillusioned, and honestly, I don't see how we get out of this. I really don't.
Well, we need to go to the market, mate, and this is where the gamble starts.
Where are the financial fair play thing helps us here, big man? It's going to be very, very interesting.
I mean, people will want to get people out the door. I heard that mentioned on the commentary, right? That's going to be really difficult with some of these players. You know, unless there's somebody sniffed about them, you might have to take a loss on some of them to get them gone. The loan players, well, I don't know what the deal is with them. Could you go again and let them go back to their parent clubs?
I heard Ali saying about the goal. Say that it was like an under-12s goal.
Aye. Not to argue, mate. You go, it's so right. It's not the first time.
I know.
No. Not the first time, you know. Anyway, thanks for listening.
I've got a wee hang me to go and get here, okay? So maybe speak to you tomorrow, all right?
Cheers, mate.
Right, good night.
Last word, Port.
Aye, mate. Almost and upwards. Always support the team, mate. Try and always support the team, but a long road ahead, mate. And thanks for having us on. Wish it was a bit of a positive finish tonight, but
I get it, mate. The goal just sucked the life out of us all, mate. You know.
Aye.
A lack of quality 1-0, mate, means you can go on and maybe look for positives in the performance. I mean, when was the last time one of your forwards scored a goal, mate?
That's the big thing, mate. As I say to you, the team is so disjointed. Yeah.
That was the last time. Danilo Easter Road, yeah.
Aye, that was the last one. Aye, a forward player. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for your support. Thanks to Jim and Bob Jeff for joining us. Box and Old School Boy for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Boy.